Howdy YouTube. Been a little while since I made a video. Just gonna make a little short video today. It's a little bright so I can't see very good, sorry. Got fishing line in the way. Got June over here messing with me. Yeah, got some veggies growing out here, some carrots. Just wanted to show you guys the garden a little bit. These right here are all radishes of some kind. I'm actually not sure which ones are which because I just planted them. I planted them together so that when I pull one out of the ground, I will know what the other ones are. But they're like, it's like 3 different kinds of radishes. Like one of them's here, and then the other one's here, and then the other one's in the back. But they're all radishes, so not too big of a difference there. And then here's a bunch more. This is all radishes, parsnips, and turnips. I won't actually for sure know what all that is until it comes up. Here's some more. This is actually some kind of green. I'm actually not sure which kind of green it is either. I just went heavy with my planting the other day because I had planted some stuff out here, like my onions I had planted out here, and a lot of them got eaten up, I think by caterpillars or something, is what I'm figuring out had done it. I thought it was mice, which is why I have the mouse traps out here, and the lavender, which is new. Lavender actually growing a couple little blooms. I guess I'll show that. Oh no, where'd it go? This one has one. I thought that one had, oh, that one over there has one too. One second, I'll get a better look at this. I'll have to go through the fence for you guys, sorry. There we go. Little lavender bloom starting. Corn is going off. Also, so are the beans. Let's see. Yeah, see. I can't actually see good enough because of the sun. Yeah, there it is. So where that flower is about to fall off right there in front of the very middle of the camera, there's like a thin line. That's where the beans are growing. Over there is one too, and there's a bunch of them right there. So yeah, getting some beans coming on already. These right here, which you can't see very good. I'll show you the ones in the containers. Those are strawberries. I got like 10 strawberry plants in here. 3 or 4 of them not doing so great, but I think it's because they were getting the tops eaten off by some pests. Here's the strawberries in containers. They're all doing a lot better. And if it happens that those 4 bare root, I bought them all bare roots. They look like this. They have like the little stems coming up from them, the what do you call it, canes or whatever coming up from them, and then a couple roots. And then when you first put them in here, they'll grow leaves. They said it might take them a little while. Look at this. See what that is? That's a little tiny flower of some kind. So it looks like some of them are already trying to produce. But I do know that you're not supposed to let them produce, so I probably need to go around and pick all these flowers off. They're not supposed to produce the first year. You're really supposed to pick the flowers off so they worry about setting their roots and everything. You see this is a flower too. Just gonna pick that off. Just go around. Pop that guy off. I'm going to leave all the leaves, of course, so it can really get into making its leaves. We just don't want it to make any flowers yet. And then what I'll do with these guys is, let's see. This one right here. See, this one has 8, and they're all growing really good. This one's not doing as great, and it doesn't have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's only got 7 in it. These other ones have more in them. So what I'm probably going to do is when winter rolls around, strawberries do need chill hours. So you got to let them get kind of cold. You can't just bring them in your house and put them under a lamp and just run them 24/7. Maybe everbearings work like that, but almost all strawberries need chill hours of some kind. So what I'm going to do is the ones in the ground over here in the raised bed, they'll get their chill hours right here. They'll root out this year. They'll get nice and bushy and everything. They'll get a lot of roots underground, and they'll be able to survive even if it gets kind of cold outside. Our winters don't get extremely cold, so yeah, it usually doesn't get down to like 0 or anything. I think our average is closer to like right around freezing. Maybe it stays 10 degrees below freezing sometimes, but not very long. We have pretty mild winters, but what they want is to just go below 40. As long as they go below, maybe it's 45, 40 or 45. Oh, look at this, guys. Sorry, I just got some fucking, I don't know what you call these things. They're some kind of worms that infest. Oh, yeah, you see them in there? See the worms in there? Right here? They infest in these trees. I gotta get these out. I hate these things. I usually just cut the branch down and then set it on fire. That way you kill all the worms, because otherwise they'll try to get to another tree. But yeah, I'm glad. I've been taking care of them. There was some on one of these trees over here. There was some on that tree, and then in my tree up front there was some too. The one tree it's like a bonsai tree now because we've trimmed it down so good. But yeah, I'll get rid of those later. I don't like those things. Just a bunch of moths coming. So the strawberries, which is what really matters. So what I'm gonna do, the ones on the ground will get their chill hours there, and then 3 of these I'm gonna take inside. I'm gonna put them in my basement, and I'm gonna put a small light over them, or get them facing a window or something to where they just get enough light. They just need a little bit of light, and only watered every couple weeks or something like that. So they go dormant. And then one of them, probably this one, because it has the least amount of strawberries, so if they die, it's the least loss to me, so I don't have to buy a bunch more strawberries. I'm going to leave this one in the garage. And I'm just going to see, it's just a test, I just want to see if it'll survive in my garage. Is the garage actually, because if I leave these guys here hanging up on this pole, which I think is a really good spot for them when I don't have a lot of space in the actual garden to put them. If I leave them here, what's going to happen in the winter is these cold breezes and stuff are just going to come through, sap all the moisture out, and just really make these like way colder. Whereas the raised bed is like hundreds of gallons of soil. You know, probably couple, I think each one of the loads I went and got was like a ton. So it's like 5,000 pounds of soil, 6,000 pounds of soil right here after everything was said and done, you know. It's a lot of soil in this bed. It's a lot less likely to freeze and to get too cold. Because of that, it's got a lot larger area for the temperature to change. So these are really susceptible to just like dying because it gets too cold. So that's why I'm going to try to take one into the garage. And then next year, I'll know if I can overwinter them outside versus overwintering in my basement, which I would prefer not to do. Quite a few tomatoes growing. Haven't really showed off the tomatoes very much. The tomatoes were falling down because we're having some heavy storms. So all I did is just tied them up here and looped it around the fence. Went through here and tied it onto the bottom cage, and now no matter what you do, you can't do anything to them. Now the bad thing is I can't move them without untying that, but this rope is good for untying. I could actually untie that right now if I wanted to. It'd be really easy. I don't have to cut it, which is kind of nice. If it was something like, if it was that really thin nylon type stuff, then it would be, instead of cotton, it would be like pulled really tight on this knot, and you wouldn't be able to untie it. So yeah, the tomatoes are doing pretty good. I've harvested, I don't know, at least 150 tomatoes this year. And yeah, they're still doing pretty good. Still got quite a few tomatoes on. Peppers are doing pretty good too. Really, the thing I'm the most impressed by is probably the corn. It looks really good. Let's go look at the jalapenos. I'm really happy about the jalapenos too. I've got maybe 25 full-grown jalapenos on here, and then if you look at the banana pepper, there's like 10 big full-size banana peppers. The corn, this is where there'll be some corn cobs here soon. Some of them, you see like that one right there, there's got some hair coming out of it right here. That's where it's gonna make a cob there. It's almost done. I'll go ahead and walk in here and touch on one of the cobs for you guys. Getting sweaty, it's hot outside today. Came out in the sunny part of the day, which I normally don't do. Oh yeah, basil doing pretty good. Rosemary doing pretty good. Parsley doing pretty good. Looks like some kind of moth. Doesn't look like a butterfly to me. I don't know. Seems to like the oregano, so we'll leave it. Most of the time, beneficials will land on the herbs and stuff like that. So if you have like a bunch of insects landing on the oregano, you can see this oregano. Like, I don't know, I can't see very good on my camera, but I'm sure you guys can tell this stuff looks amazing. Like, this stuff doesn't get any pests on it. Not a single caterpillar messes with it. Not anything. Like, nothing wants to eat it. So that means usually if a moth lands on it, it's probably not gonna hurt it. And it's most likely not a moth, it's a butterfly. So usually when I see stuff land on the parsley, the basil, the oregano, and the rosemary, I'll just assume that it's probably a butterfly. Most of the time it is. Or actually I got these digger wasps that come and sit on my parsley. They're pretty cool too. They're not a parasitic wasp, they're just a straight predatorial. Like, they just go around and catch stuff. Yeah, that's that corn right there. And you can see it's a little over an inch thick probably, that corn cob right there is. This is the biggest one I think right here that'll be done. It'll be done here pretty soon, I would say. So yeah, guys, got the garden going good. Man, it's hot out here. I'm going inside. I got a whole bunch of flowers and herbs and stuff planted in these back bricks. That's going to be like our shade garden kind of. And then anything, well, this right here is mint because I just wanted to plant some mint to try to keep the mice out. I just planted a bunch of mint in those holes, and if they take off good, I'll spread them out a little bit later. But anything up to here on both sides, like up to halfway up these cinder blocks, I'll probably fill with garlic when my garlic comes, and my garlic should be here in a little less than a month, I'd say. I think they said they sent it in the beginning of September, depending on when you ordered it. So I'll be having garlic here soon, and I'm probably gonna have to make a like a container bed, like a big container raised bed. They sell them on like Amazon and stuff. They're like big, they're made out of the same stuff as those fabric pots right there. Those black fabric pots that I use for cocoa and stuff. They're made out of those, but it's like a big square. It's probably almost this long, maybe a little shorter, and not quite as wide, like a rectangle shape. But I might have to get some of those because I might not have enough room to plant the garlic. If I get it a little later than I'm anticipating, my corn will be almost done. And what I can do is I can plant the garlic down in between the corn and beans. And then the garlic will only just start rooting when the corn and beans are basically done. And I can pull the corn and beans out, and the garlic will just stay there till next year. Harvest it around spring or summer. And then before I harvest the garlic next year, what I can do is, oh geez, my cat just like ran right underneath me. Before I harvest the garlic next year, what I can do is replant the corn and the beans and stuff. That way, I'm not wasting space.
basically like as the garlic gets done, maybe a few weeks before, I can plant stuff there, and it won't get too big by the time the garlic's ready. Show off the ponds a little, I guess. And finally got, been kind of busy lately, guys, sorry. Finally got a 10-gallon tank, 10-gallon fish tank to put under my paludarium. And I'm in the process of ordering some stuff off a line. I need to wait till I get a little bit more money. That way I can buy it all at once. There's all my cans and do a lot of canning this summer. I don't know if I showed you guys the grill. I'll show you guys that too, but I wanted to check these out. Something I feel like most people who on my channel have not seen any of. I'm growing some mushrooms. So what this is bird seed, and I picked out the sunflower seeds and some of the bigger corn pieces, and then I got mycorrhizae from a company online. It was came in a little syringe. I actually have one of them left because the same company sent me one, and it somehow like de-sealed in transportation and like broke, and it leaked everywhere. So they sent me another one for free. They're a really good company. I don't remember. Here, let me go see if I can find their name. But yeah, that's what your mycorrhizae looks like. You see the white stuff coating on everything, and it's like all sticking to the bottoms. Some fungus. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I inoculated 4 of them, and during cultivation, one of them did get contaminated with some trichoderma mold, which is the green mold that probably most people have seen before. Just like regular green mold. Sorry, let me find this thing. But since it got... Okay, so the company I bought this from... There we go. It's this guy. Liquid Fungi LLC. Sorry, just close my fridge. Just ignore my my mess. Liquid Fungi LLC. You guys probably all gonna dox me now. He did really good, Matthew Major. He did a really good job on that. I really liked that he just, like, as soon as I said here, I'll show you the syringe too. As soon as I said the syringe was leaking, he immediately said, okay, I'll send you another one. I didn't have to like put in a return to Amazon because I bought it through Amazon. But yeah, you see it just kind of leaked out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm just going to pour it on something that I've sterilized and see if I can get it to inoculate. It may be that what'll happen is it just gets contaminated because it's been touching, like the inside of that bag might not be completely sterile and stuff like that. However, at this point, it's a free syringe of mushroom. And the mushrooms that I'm growing are pearl oyster mushrooms. And probably most likely how I'm going to grow them is in sawdust or wood chips, probably. And then I'm going to put them in a large bucket, 5-gallon bucket. I'm going to drill drain holes in the bottom. I'm going to wet the substrate. And then I'm going to drill large holes in the side, and the mushrooms will actually just grow right at the sides. So you get it all sealed up in a way that the only place that that they could get contaminated through is where it's growing the mushrooms through. So it's pretty unlikely once the mycorrhizae takes over. I know my garage is a little bit of a mess, guys. I'm gonna be doing some canning out here this year. So what I got. This is the Camp Chef Yukon 2. So it's a 2-burner stove. It's really large. These things, I don't know if you can tell, that's like the heaviest gauge metal on a grill grate that I've ever seen. It's heavy gauge. I don't have them out here anymore to show you how big and nasty they look, but I had 2 bags of Quikrete. They were 80-pound bags, and I just wanted to, they rate this thing for 100 pounds, but I thought that it would probably go for more, so I just wanted to test it. I laid an 80-pound bag here, an 80-pound bag here, and it took the whole 160 pounds, and it's not even sitting completely level because you see my floor is cracked, so that's pretty damn good. Just make sure, this is the griddle. The griddle actually came separate, so don't think that I bought that with it. Normally it's just a regular propane burner stove, and what you do is you can put your canner directly over that propane burner and can on here too. And I'm going to do that because I have a glass or ceramic stovetop, and I just don't want a chance breaking it. I just don't want to mess with it, just in case, because it'll cost me a lot of money, and this only cost me, between the griddle and the grill, it cost me right over $200. So the grill was like $130. Griddle, which is a really heavy duty griddle, by the way, is $80, and it comes pre-seasoned. And then all I did is get a little bench scraper. I used it one time already, as you can see. Made some steaks on it. It worked really good. Just used a bench scraper, scraped it off, sprayed a little vegetable oil on it, and bought this stuff separate. It's just a little like toolkit for griddle stuff. But you just spray a little vegetable oil on it after you get the stuff cleaned off, and then take a paper towel and kind of wipe it in. And you can see it's got like a layer of vegetable oil, and that'll keep it, or at least help keep it from rusting and stuff like that. That layer of vegetable oil will keep the water from sitting on it and doing stuff to it. And it is it's a stainless steel griddle, and the grill itself, I think, is made out of stainless steel too. And it is a heavy duty grill, guys. I don't know what my neighbor's doing. They got somebody pulling in with big trucks all day. They've been doing it back and forth throughout the day. Yeah, so I got a $20 set of spatulas and scrapers and little oil bottle and stuff. I bought this grease cup, but you don't have to buy this. It's just a bigger grease cup. It comes with this right here and holds a little tiny cup in there. I got someone trying to call me, and I'm gonna ignore him. So you could like take a soup can that you're done with, that you've eaten some beans out of or whatever, and you put the little holder here and it hangs, and you put the soup cup down here, and then the grease drips into the soup cup. So it does come with that. I just wanted the bigger, nicer grease cup, and then I bought some of these little aluminum things. So that's not really included in the price, but for like a $20 little griddle kit, the $130 for the grill, like $80 to $90 for the griddle, and then $60 for a propane tank. I'm in under $300 for a grill that I can use for a lot of different stuff. And I really like these Camp Chef grills. The reason I like them is because they have, and they are a little expensive, but they have attachments that you can put on them. So this one has the griddle on it right now, but I'm thinking about getting the pizza oven. They have like a artisanal pizza oven, which is like basically like a brick pizza oven. Look, my cats are crazy. Always be getting inside the pond, getting some water. Even though, look, right over here. So I have a Pure and Brita. I have one of each. I guess there's some grass in this, but I just filled this up for them yesterday. And it's like all nice cold water. It's got no chlorine in it. It's all filtered out. And they just don't want it. They want the water that smells like fish. They like that fish water for some reason, guys. I really don't know why. Let's see. Sorry, this is a long video, guys. It's been a while since I've been back on the YouTubes. There's my solar panel. Still don't have electricity hooked up to it yet, but it is in the air and it's concreted in. I'm gonna put a couple boards across it, planks across it. I don't know if I showed you guys this or not, but I actually wanted to check it for me. I want to see how it's doing. Oh yeah,
There's some water down in the bottom there, but it's really cold. It feels really good in there. That's my DIY root cellar. And then I think my brother just bought a gun. I think I'm about to add to this dirt pile and make a big dirt pile right here and make a range for my brother to shoot into right here. That's a good spot to shoot towards anyway, because all that is a big cornfield and there's no houses. Like even off that direction, you could shoot that way for probably like almost 1,000 yards and not hit any house or anything. Down there's access area where they're shooting anyway. But just for the extra benefit, we would, if we shot from here, we'd go right out in the cornfield and there's nothing like for a mile that way. It goes into the lake, Wren Lake right there, and keeps going into more water. So yeah, speaking of which, is that my brother home? He shouldn't be home this early. It's kind of weird, but okay. Yeah, but I'm gonna make him a little range here. I'm gonna go talk to him about it, I guess. Yeah, guys, that's basically all I got to show you for now. I'll be back when I do some canning, and when I'm growing some mushrooms and stuff. Let you guys see what all is up. Still be putting out videos every once in a while. Thanks, guys. I'll hit you up.